It's not just floodwaters causing problems for growers in Caldwell and Ouachita parishes. In Franklin Parish, saturated land is making for one of the messiest and costliest cotton harvests ever. This week in Louisiana Agriculture's Avery Davidson continues our team report from Gilbert.
This is something you don't normally see in November, a cotton picker out in the middle of a field of white. And following one of the wettest Octobers on record, this is what those pickers are doing to the land, gouging out ruts nearly 2 feet deep.
When it gets November, you worry about getting the crop out and then fix the ground whenever you can fix the ground.
Ray Young has seen many a cotton harvest, but rarely has he seen 2 years back-to-back in which wet weather damaged the bolls and delayed harvest. And even with a stretch of dry weather, growers are still having problems getting their crop out of the fields.
We get stuck. You know, it's really wet and they track real deep, and so the machines can get stuck, and a cotton picker is very hard to pull out of the mud. There's not a good place to hook to it, and it's just a very heavy, cumbersome machine, so a lot of trouble if you do get stuck, and then you're creating a monstrous hole out in the field.
That can also lead to monstrous expenses. Cotton pickers are delicate machines compared to tractors and are damaged easily when stuck in the mud. But all of the trouble getting the cotton out of the field appears to be worth it.
It's good, and even after all the weather, we're still harvesting a reasonably good crop. Not nearly as good as it would have been. We figure we lost a bale to the acre here, but we're still harvesting 2 bales of cotton, which is pretty good considering the year. In fact, a little over 2 bales is what we're making.
And 2 bales an acre is not all that bad. In Gilbert, I'm Avery Davidson for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture.
Again, Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry Dr. Mike Strain says he is working with the Farm Service Agency and the USDA to get a disaster declaration for Louisiana farmers. Recently, the USDA named 6 Louisiana parishes as disaster areas because of flooding back in April.